We're talking about a company owned by the state and how that company is doing. The government publisher or the government printer. In the early days of the Mahama government, the gentleman sitting before me came to this studio and told me he was going to turn the Ghana Publishing Company into heaven. It's 1 year since we spoke. I promised him at the time that I would come and check how he's doing. The issue of the 24-hour economy and more. The president was there last week. I gave him lots of plaudits. He already didn't have hair on his head. Otherwise, the hair would have been grey. Nana Kwesi Boete, acting CEO, Ghana Publishing Company. Welcome to Point Blank.
Omar.
Yes.
It's good to be here again.
It's good to see you. I mean,
Yes.
my radio audience, they are the reason I said that you don't have hair. They don't know.
Well, yours is going.
No. Mine is not going anywhere.
I can see your scalp.
You cannot threaten me. You are on your own. You and a few people.
Oh, but you know, somebody once told me that weeds don't grow on a busy road.
Ah. So you are trying to say that it's fine.
I am not trying to say anything.
You let's leave it there. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
How is the company we gave you? How is it doing?
Oh, it's doing very well. I mean, I'm happy you're checking up on it. It's traveled
far.
It's traveled and it's seen a lot of eventful things. You know, so we're still on the journey.
You took office when, February or March?
February 16th.
So you're almost a year into office.
That is the case.
It's too early to start taking stock of what you have done. But before we do that, the president visited you.
He did.
What did he say?
It's his company. And, you know, this is under the, at least I know that under the Fourth Republic, this is the first time any president has been there.
Really?
Yes, and I have not kept record of since Nkrumah opened it in 1965. So it's not being a place the presidents visit often.
Was this at an invitation from your outfit or the president?
No, he was on a working visit. He was on a working visit and decided to come and see. To come and see how Ghana Publishing is doing.
How big a deal is Ghana Publishing in our scheme of things as a country?
Ghana Publishing is a very big deal. Why? Okay. So, for instance, and I've told you this before, if we had elections and there was no Ghana Publishing, we can't swear in the president because the election results has to be gazetted before the president can be sworn in, before the MPs can be sworn in. All their results have to be gazetted.
Okay.
And it is only Ghana Publishing that can publish that gazette.
By law?
Yes, by law. So if that is the only thing the company did, you still can't run a government without it. If laws are passed, appropriation, Bank of Ghana assets and liabilities on bi-weekly basis, lots of things. You just simply can't function without it.
So when the president came, you took him on a tour?
We did.
He saw the place?
We gave him a briefing, we took him on a tour, and he addressed the staff.
And he said what? He said he's happy with what you are doing?
Well, on the day, he said he had visited 3 state institutions, and we made him the happiest.
Really?
Yes.
He means your salary would have been increased if he was your CEO.
Well, I mean, he's still my CEO.
But your salary increment comes from a different place. That's what I mean.
Well, but he told the staff, because this year we've increased their salaries by 40%. So 40? He told them that if they continue to work hard, that 40% will be more. Because
40%?
Yes, and in December they had received, a bonus of the equivalent of their salaries as a 13th month salary. And so, the president said that, well, this is a place that, hitherto if you brought somebody here, they would act as though you are sending them to Siberia. And that, he's impressed with the fact that, the company has seen that level of turnaround. That could pay 13th month salary, that could increase 40%. And whilst he was there, we were also, doing some investments for future retooling. So these were, pieces of news that made him happy. And on that visit, he also commissioned our new digital press, which is beautiful and very well equipped, and he was very happy.
You were celebrating, the president was celebrating, but the man you took over from, David Asante, he was outraged, and he went on social media. Some media houses have published what he said. He said that the plaudits that were given to you should have been given to the NPP, and that you were taking credit for what you have not done. He said between 2017 and 2024, your company underwent a comprehensive facelift, including the acquisition of modern printing equipment and the establishment of new production systems. And this is a quote from him. He says, in the over 60 years of existence of Ghana Publishing Company Limited, no government has invested as heavily in machinery acquisition and expansion as the NPP did in the last 8 years. End of quote. I wish for you to respond to this, and we can talk about other things he has talked about.
Well, I think that, and I think that the former MD was just playing politics. I don't know why he will do that. He inherited a company from someone. The former MD before him, Mr. David Drake, a very fantastic, wonderful gentleman. He was an auditor, he became the MD. I know what he handed over to David. The company has seen a facelift, no doubt, and every leadership has its focus. So, for instance, Mr. David Drake handed over a brand new Land Cruiser. He bought it in 2026.
Okay, 2016.
2016. Mm-hmm. He bought it in 2016. He handed over a brand new Coaster bus. 3 i10 cars. A Kia Sportage. He had a full functioning setup of offset printing. So this is what he left. Mr. David Asante came. He decided that the company's structures needed some additional facelift. So you realize that the bitumen was covered with pavement blocks. Buildings saw some painting, because for him the outlook of the company was important. Different focus. Do you understand? He bought a 5-color Speedmaster, as I came to see. At the time, he didn't think a digital press was important. He didn't. I went there, and I can tell you for a fact that there was not a single digital printing equipment. I got there and realized that company, and when I came here, I told you, I want to leave an ultra-modern printing and publishing house by the time I leave. Now, how do you build an ultra-modern printing and digital, and publishing house without machinery? I have focused the energy on machinery and staff welfare. These are different focus. When the president came, I told him, when I went to Ghana Publishing, the finances of the company were such that there was no liquidity. All right. So at the time, if you check and I can show, and if you are minded,
show it to my listeners.
Well, I mean, if you are minded, this will be difficult for your listeners.
So you read it. We'll take.
It's easier. This is the financial statement for the end of year 31st December 2024, okay. And this is the audited financials.
Okay.
And the records will show you that when I went, cash at hand in the company, and this is just the brief that I gave the president that outraged him. Mm-hmm. In fact, as of January, this record shows that the cash at hand was 100,000.
The company's money,
yes,
investment, cash at hand,
not investment,
was 100,000.
The operating cash. Mm-hmm. When I went, the truth is that figure had improved to 400,000. You still had to pay the salaries overdraft, and if you look here, you will see that the company was still operating with an overdraft. All right, salaries were paid with overdraft and all that. That is how you decided as leadership
priority.
Yes, you might have invested in something I don't know, but your liquidity was not good.
Okay.
All right.
So liquidity issue, but are you suggesting that he did nothing at all? So apart from the painting of the building, the paving of the compound.
I have not. You see, you cannot run a company for 7 years and do nothing.
Okay.
It will collapse. What I'm saying is, when you have run your course, you will have your focus that you have run with. Trust me, unless somebody really slanders me, I will have no interest in coming to ask that, oh, the president says that the last 10 months has been good. If you met a company with 400,000 in bank, we met 400,000.
Okay, in the bank.
And you have now increased it such that you have, investments in excess of, say, 15 million. And you're still running, and you paid salaries and 13th month salary and 40%. So when that has been done, and when the president comes, you're obligated as an MD to give him a briefing, which is what I did. And since then, this station is the first time I'm talking. So people have said, oh, you're going back and forth with David Asante. I haven't spoken. I said this to the president. Even when he came to react, I haven't reacted. Only that my corporate affairs people felt that some of the issues he had said were inaccurate and needed correction. For instance, in that write-up, he says that the company increased its assets by 3,000% in 2023.
That's not true.
No, the audited financials will show you. And he said by retooling. The audited financials will show you that in 2023, the company was asked to revalue its assets. So the building and the land sitting in Tudu, which had not been valued for over 20 years, were revalued. And its value moved from 1.3 million to 85 million.
So it's like a redenomination.
Exactly. So you see, when you feel the need to respond to the president, then you can't say something like that.
He said that he established a Kumasi branch for the Ghana Publishing Company, which was the first in the company's history. Is that true or false?
That's false. See, it's false.
How?
The Ghana Publishing Company was established in 1965. It had, at the time, it was called the Ghana Publishing Corporation. It had a Tema branch, had a Takrady branch, had a Kumasi branch, had a Tamale branch. Now, it was divestiture that ate these branches. And this is a history everybody knows. Now, what we have in Kumasi now, and with all credit to the lovely staff I have there who are doing a fantastic job, because it's a new branch, we have a sales outlet. So we don't produce one sheet of paper. What we do is, if you want to do a gazette, it was too difficult, for people traveling from Kumasi and the north to come. So you go to the office, they gather the data, they forward it to us in Accra, we print and we send it back, and people go and collect.
So it's a pickup and delivery place.
Yes.
But it was started by him.
It was started by him. This new one that we have.
So it's fair to call it a branch?
Fair enough. But how does that have anything to do with what happened between January and October? He says that it brings in millions of cities that can take care of the wages. But that's not true.
He has mentioned a lot of money. He said if the company was in such a bad state financially, the new management could not have afforded to purchase a brand new Toyota Land Cruiser at nearly $200,000 and a $20,000 digital machine within 4 months.
Well, all these three sets of figures are false.
Okay. So he didn't buy a Land Cruiser.
The company bought a Land Cruiser
for
after 8 months. I don't know the exact figure, because the procurement will take care of it, and some of these figures in cities they don't, so the conversion, I don't even know which rate he's using to get that.
But he said in 4 months. You are saying it's 8 months.
Yes,
but still, is it possible for you to start from scratch and within 8 months?
But I'm telling you that in 10 months, not only have we bought that car, we've opened a new digital press. We have an investment in excess of 15 million Ghana cedis. We have paid 13th month salary. We've increased, the staff salaries by 40%, whooping 40%. And the structures have seen significant renovation. So it is not only about buying a new car. If it was more your priority, you cannot buy. But the company now makes a daily revenue, significant daily revenue in excess of what was handed over to me.
So you're saying in essence that whatever you expended within the past 1 year, you generated?
Every single penny. There's
a claim he has made that there were revenues from outstanding payments and investments which exceed 15 million cedis.
So let's break these down. One, we've established here that there was nothing like a 3,000%, increase in net assets. Number one.
Well, you have made that you have made that statement.
Yes. Number two, I am saying that the company bought a vehicle and a digital press. The figure is not 200,000.
Is that 200,000 for the car, $20,000 for the machine?
The machine will be way more than more than $300,000. That's what he gets wrong. Number three, this didn't happen in 4 months. All right. Now, so these are the first three parameters. Now you go to, you're saying that he said, we collected money from,
outstanding debts.
So which one and which one? He first mentions Parliament.
Yes, so the Parliament part is there. He
says 5 million from Parliament.
Yeah, he said Parliament settled long-standing debts owed the company following the change in management.
I can tell you for a fact that Parliament hasn't settled any debt. If it has been settled to him, I don't know.
Okay.
All right. Parliament still owes the company, but that money hasn't come to me.
And this is debt in terms of Parliament hands up production of those documents that they need.
We do a lot.
And
yes, and we gazette for Parliament and all of that.
Okay.
And it's an ongoing transaction that we have with Parliament.
Okay.
Now you see, Omari, the question really is, why will you need to tell an untruth?
How about electoral commission? He said there was money also coming to you. If Parliament, you are saying no. How about electoral commission? He said, quote, payments running into millions of cedis were made by the electoral commission after the new management had taken over.
But this is the point. Yes, electoral commission, some work had been done.
Okay.
Electoral commission has paid us money. But
so that money is what you used to do, and this was work done.
Why didn't
work done in the 2020 elections and the 2020?
Why didn't he tell how much it was then? You see, when you're vague like that, you have an objective. So I'll tell you, the electoral commission work also significant procurement in terms of material, going as far back as August, was done, and not a penny was paid, which all of it has been paid. So again, how can you claim that because you did some printing before you left, it means that everything that has happened, you should be giving credit, because if you didn't print work for electoral commission, nothing would have happened.
Yeah, but if I printed and went home and they came to pay you after I've left,
so let's go back.
That money is mine, no?
So let's go back down. 2016, the David Reka administration also did electoral commission printing job and left. So everything that happened belongs to the David Reka administration.
Well, if you want to give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar,
yeah, well, then don't come and complain, because you inherited electoral commission job. Electoral commission takes time to pay. But the truth of the matter is that the money that came from electoral commission, and everybody knows, we don't print all the electoral commission job. This David Asante's administration printed 40 constituencies. And he knows that those monies after tax will not be up to even 10% or 20% of the figures we're talking about. See, a company is like a human being. So it's unfair to put your hand in his pocket and say this was this. It's a little unfair. Otherwise, you wait for the 2025 audited financials, and it will tell you what came in from where, because the company belongs to Ghanaians. But this is not credit you should even come and claim. First of all, zero money from Parliament, you say 5 million. Now you say in excess of 15 million. Show us the sources. You say millions from electoral commission. This is why an outgone MD will come and contradict a certain president, because you believe that money that has been used to do works today, which is being commended, must have come from you.
But why knocking his head against the president? It was you who gave the information to the president to say, even if the president said it, so it's against you. He's challenging you.
No, when you read his statement, he addresses the Mr. President. He doesn't even mention my name. And the issues I raised, one, when I said that we inherited 500,000, in the entire speech, he doesn't even talk about it, let alone to deny it. All right? So you don't deny that.
Okay, but in terms of giving credit where it's due, and that's why I asked you, does it mean he has not done anything? And you said no, there's no way for 7 years he couldn't have done anything.
It is not, yes, it is not the point. Must you rise from wherever you are after the president speaks and say, oh, this administration has done well? Must you rise and come and say, no, Mr. President, you can't say that because...
Yeah, if I sow the seed, I'll have to tell the president that my seeds that germinated...
You are not the one who established the company. Somebody sowed the seed before you came, number one. Number two...
I've been there for 7 years. I've sowed so many seeds.
Fair enough. You didn't acknowledge your predecessor, but fair enough. If you then want to claim credits, which you're entitled to do, don't come and claim that you increased the assets by retooling by 3,000%. It's a lie.
Okay.
Don't come and claim that you have generated 15 million Ghana cedis, which is a lie.
Okay.
Don't come and make the claims that you know. He even claims that he started 24-hour economy.
Yeah, he said that he printed for the EC 24 hours.
How can you...
In the election of 2020.
Is that 24-hour economy? Is that 24-hour production?
Yeah, he said it was a 24-hour production cycle.
So now the MPP started 24-hour economy.
Well,
what we're doing at Ghana Publishing is part of the 24-hour economy service where we're now running regular streams.
I'm going to come to that because that's a promise you made me. I want to be sure you are doing that. Before we,
how can you even claim credit like that?
The last thing from him before we go to the other things you're going to deal with, he talked about the Kumasi branch, which you said is just like an outlet. He says that it generates millions of Ghana cedis monthly, enough to cover the company's wage bill.
So why was he, if that's how was he paying salaries with overdrafts? The money was going into what?
Okay, let's talk about the next 1 year. You've done 1 year. The president has given you applause. What else? You told me you're going to do 24 hours. Are you doing that?
Absolutely.
So if I go, Kofi Amma and Kojo are working every day.
Yes, not on Saturdays and on Sundays. Those are not working days in Ghana.
Okay, but you are a publishing company.
But we are also quite a civil service more or less.
Hire plenty of people now. You have a lot of employed foot soldiers.
Well, we work with labor laws. We work with unions. The unions don't allow.
So you do Monday to Friday. So how do you do it? What are the practicalities?
Okay, so now currently we have a set of staff that come to work at 7:30.
Okay.
They close at 4:30 because we try to let everybody work 8 hours.
So 7:30 in the morning.
Yes, they close at 4:30.
Okay.
Then we have another set that come to work at 10.
10 a.m.
So they join the 7:30. Because from 10 a.m. to 4 you have the peak period.
Mm-hmm.
So that time you have a double the complement of staff.
Okay.
They close at 7.
Okay. PM.
So yes, so this set of staff, they are the interface staff. When you come for Gazette, they are the people you meet. They are the people in the reception, finance, administration. So the office is, the administration part is open till 7.
Okay. 7 p.m.
Yes.
They come from 10 to 7 p.m.
They come from 7:30 to 7 p.m.
So first part 4. You mentioned 4 p.m.
Yes, they close at 4, but the rest that come at 10 stay in till 7.
Okay.
So that set, the interface is always there.
Okay. So which is like the regular working day.
Yes, because after 7 to do is literally dead. Mm-hmm. And so there's no point keeping staff in that phase. Mm-hmm. But then all the work we've gathered, Gazette and everything, move into production phase. So the factory where we have the typesetting, computer, editing, printing, binary, packing, everything functions. So for instance, if you came to apply for a 24-hour service Gazette, say at 5 p.m. in the night till the next morning, we're working on it, and at 10 a.m. you can come and pick up a Gazette.
Okay. 24 hours? I mean, so I can come for it within 24 hours?
Yes.
Okay.
It's possible
so
that way now.
So the staff come overnight to do that work?
Yes, we have a full functional staff in the operation, and production side from 7 p.m. till the next morning. So
the next group that comes from 7 p.m. and still to 7 a.m.? That's 12 hours.
No, they stay till 4:30.
And then
technically, but by 5 they leave.
So what happens between 5 and 7?
The machines have to be serviced, the place has to be cleaned, cleaners go, we're cutting paper, we're doing a lot of, so it's the same.
So it's not back to back?
No,
it's
because
not 7 a.m. to 7 a.m.
No, but we are operating around the clock. There is always a functional office going on. Machines have to be paused and be cleaned, place has to be reset up. You cannot have a 24 functioning without pause. We can do that at some point. We haven't gotten there, because to do that you may probably have to have 2 different production lines, so that once you're servicing one, another set of people are in another production line. We haven't gotten there yet.
When the 24-hour economy thing came up and your MPP friends were mocking you, they said, does it mean you have 3 CEOs? So currently, do you have another CEO for the late afternoon, another one for the evening, and the one for the midnight?
Do you want an answer to that?
No.
That was just people being ridiculous.
But I just want to know, how do you manage the... So you, of course, cannot split yourself and do the work 24 hours.
Yes.
So how do you manage it? That's what I
go to work in the morning. I close around this time.
Okay.
Sometimes I go and come back, to supervise in the evening to see. But we also have a full management team.
Okay.
And every night shift has one senior management member on duty.
Supervising.
Yes, on duty. So if there is anything, the senior management member almost, of course, in the absence of the CEO, somebody acts. So they act. So that's how it's structured.
So there's no problem with that?
No, there's not.
Do you have deputy MDs currently?
Not at the Ghana Publishing Company.
You don't have any deputy MDs?
No. Okay. You know the phrase deputy MD is not known to law.
Oh, really?
You are
the law.
In your company law, I know what.
My friend, don't do this.
Director is director.
I finished the exams, so let's proceed. But you are the practicing. No, I'm talking about.
I understand.
FTC, there was MD.
There were the companies that are structured like that. We are small.
So you have just one MD. You don't have deputies for your. Okay.
But we have a management staff. That
who play the roles of...
Yes, so it's a full management
by the
team.
Time I meet you again at the end of this year, what would be the major thing you would have done with Ghana Publishing Company? Because we have to go now.
Well, this year our focus is capacity building, and capacity building in terms of retooling of the company. The company has a lot of, still a lot of obsolete equipment that has to be replaced, new ones that have to be acquired, because that we're expanding so much in operations, that we expect that a lot of government job will come to us, so we need to be ready for it. But if you meet me at the end of this year, you will be certain that if today we are 40% at where we call the ultramodern, publishing house that we're building. Consider that at the end of this year we'll be at probably 60, and a lot of it will be because we retooled the company. We will position it to be, so productively viable that government won't have to worry about who the government printer really is.
Okay.
Yes.
But does it mean that if we're going to have elections at the end of the year, you can cover all the constituencies? Because you said David Asante covered only 40 constituencies. He said 5 regions.
Well, the company covered.
So you can you do beyond 40 constituencies now?
If VC gives us, we should be able to. Now we won't be able.
Yeah,
but at the end of the year, we should be able to. You remember that?
You'll be able to do 275 or 100?
I won't be able to tell, but we would push capacity, because you see, remember that the finance minister indicated that the government free textbook project is going to be printed by. In the last budget by the Ghana Publishing Company, you are looking at about 21 million exercise books, textbooks.
Are you ready?
We're not, but we will be by the time it comes. And if we will be for the EC.
Nana Kwesi Boete, acting CEO. Is it MD?
I'm no longer acting. I'm MD.
Confirmed managing director of the Ghana Publishing Company.
Thank you very much, Omar. It was really nice.
All the best.
Thank you. All the best.
I am Omar Sandamadu. I did this with